Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about some of the products from the Rom&nd Neonmoon collection. So I have two products. I have the Glasting Water Tints as well as the Glasting Water Gloss. Since there is only one baby gloss, I'm just going to kind of include it in this review because it's not worth doing by itself, although it is incredibly adorable. So I decided to pick these up basically because I saw the gloss and I was like, that's the cutest thing ever. It's like a little gradiented gloss, like pink, purple, and it just looked, you know, ridiculously cute. The outer packaging is kind of like a soft lavender kind of thing, and I was really about that. But I couldn't make a video with just one gloss, so I decided to pick up the Glasting Water Tints as well. Even though the colors are not like super appealing to me, I thought that it would be nice to pick up anyway because it would make a little collection rather than, yeah, just one product by itself. So for these ones, I'm going to do them kind of like squished together. So I'm going to have both of the product descriptions, the packaging, the swatches, and then the final thoughts all stuck together because they really are side by side products, you know, they're both glasting water stuffs. One's just a tint and one is just a gloss, so it's much for muchness. So for the product description, the Glasting Water Gloss says, for an effortless yet non-sticky glossy lips, Rom&nd's Glasting Water Tint offers a plumping formula enriched with sweet almond extract for added hydration, available in 3 shades. And for the glosses, it says, available in 8 versatile MLBB shades, the Glasting Water Tint offers a rich color payoff and a glossy yet dewy formula that leaves the lips abundantly hydrated. The packaging of the products is so adorable. So the gloss itself has the same colored top as all of the other products, so you can see that the tops actually match, but the outside packaging is clear. The gloss on the inside has a small gradient through it as well as some glitter. I do believe that there is some glitter on the outer packaging as well, although it is kind of hard to tell. I feel like the outer packaging is more chunky glitter and then the inner is like more of like a shimmer and the actual gloss itself. They both have little printed bears on the front. The gloss has a bear that is sleeping and then the tints have a bear and other things. So the gloss has a flat silicone applicator, which I don't love, but it does do the job fine and it doesn't disturb any of the products underneath. So if you're putting a gloss on top of like a lipstick rather than a tint or anything, this is a really good applicator. Even though I don't love it, I prefer a doe foot applicator. It still does work really well. The water glosses have the same top, like I said before, but then they have a lavender purple bottle, which I think is very cute. Like the packaging is aesthetically very pleasing to me. And for the applicator on the gloss tints, they have the weirdest applicator that I've had in a while. It's kind of like a fuzzy tip, but it's not a doe foot. Like there's no flattened section to curve into the lips. It's just like conical. It's not really, like it's a cylinder with a pointed top. It looks kind of like a doe foot applicator and you'd expect that you'd have to rotate it a bit to find like the dip. You know, the doe foot applicators have got like a little part where, you know, you put that part on your lips. These don't. I find them really hard to apply because of that. Like not terribly difficult, but it's just strange. So the gloss in this collection is called No. 1 Dreamland. In the packaging, it does have a lot of different colors, and I think that actually the formula has a lot of different colors as well, which is really quite sweet. But of course, because it is really clear, you can't see that on the lips. So I've had a lot of, I don't know, I've read a lot of reviews where people are like, it's not pastel, and I'm like, of course it's not. Like, especially with pastels that are like this light. Yeah, that was never going to come out on the lips. But this is how it looks anyway. It's just a plain clear gloss. It's slightly minty, which means that it's slightly tingly. It's not like plumping though. Or at least I don't think it's plumping. It's not supposed to be plumping. And it looks really nice. It has a really subtle glitter throughout. It's not intense, which I really like. Yeah, tastes nice. Tastes minty. So overall, I think that the gloss is really beautiful, but it is just a clear gloss with a bit of glitter. I just particularly like how it looks, you know, it's like fairy floss. So cute. So this is No. 1 Dreamland. No. 2 is called Red Drop. I'm really hoping that I don't stain my lips too badly with these, but we will try. So I'm going to do a little gradient with these. And that works quite well actually. So this is a gradient of No. 2, which is Red Drop. It looks really pretty. They're easy to use as a gradient because they are that watery sort of texture, but they're not super drying on the lips, which I really like. So they're a little bit glossy, a little bit like the Etude House Peach Jelly tints were. So just a little bit gloss, but not really. Like their intended purpose is not to be a gloss. So this is the gradient, and I'll do a full lip cover as well. So this is how we look as a full lip a full lip cover. And like I said again before, the Etude House ones, I'm not a huge fan of a glossy formula in a darker color, especially when it's like a watery tint. If it was like a really thick tint, so it was like the same texture as the Dream Gloss was, I would probably like it, because I did used to like the Lime Creme Carousel glosses, but they did get in my hair and get everywhere. Like, they were hard to maintain, those ones were. But I did like that sort of thing. So I'm not super mad at this one. It's just, yeah, I'm not super into it. So this is number 2, Red Drop. Number 4 is called Vintage Ocean. Of course, all the dark colors at the start. I could never have anything easy, could I? Should have done them backwards. And this is how this one looks as a gradient, and I actually really like this as a gradient. I think that that looks really nice. I do have a little bit of staining from the previous red, of course. But this is, yeah, a lovely gradient, so I'll do a full lip cover as well. So this is how we look as a full lip cover, and I'm not a huge fan. It is one of those sort of like browny burgundy reds, more brown based than anything, like brown with a bit of red in it, and it's just not my cup of tea, but it is a really nice colour. I could imagine it on someone who's not me. Lovely colour though, just not for me. So this is number 4, Vintage Ocean. Number 5 is called Rose Splash, and this one looks really nice as a gradient as well. Ooh, I need to blend that a little bit more. There we go. I think that the formula lends itself really nicely to gradienting the colours, probably not together, but just with your natural lip colour, because it does build up really nicely. Not a super fan of the applicator for any of them, but yeah, this one looks quite nice. So here's how the colour applies as a full lip cover. I don't mind this one. Again, it's more on the brownie side of pink. It's not bad, but I don't love it. Like, it's not a colour that I reach for personally, but I can appreciate it. So this is number 5, Rose Splash. And the last colour is number 9, Soft Pool. Yes, pool is in P-O-O-L. I always keep thinking it says petal, but it is not. This is the lightest colour, and it's not showing up super well as a gradient. I think most likely because I've stained the ever-loving life out of my lips by using the other colours first. So I'm going to forego the gradient and then just do the full lip colour. And that is how it looks. I quite like this one. It is kind of like a dusty pink. Again, there are a lot of brown tones in the whole collection for this one, but it's not bad. It's probably my favourite out of the collection. I do love a nice light pink. I think that it looks slightly off at the moment because of the staining, but yeah, otherwise I just think it's a really lovely colour. It's just a nice mid-toned pink, nothing like too unique, but a lovely formula nonetheless. So this is number 9, Soft Pool. So for these ones, I have a few things that I like and a few things that I don't like. So I'm going to start with the gloss. The gloss is gorgeous, and it's just a gloss. It's a little bit plumping, like it's got a little bit of like minty tingle to it. But really, if you're looking for something that looks really, really cute and is glossy, this is good. It doesn't stay for a hugely long time. I would say like 2 hours, 2.5 if you don't eat or drink anything. If you do eat or drink anything, it is pretty much gone and you will have to reapply it, which is pretty typical with any other gloss. The misleading thing for this one is that it is a pastel gradient on the inside. However, when you use the product itself, it is not a pastel gradient, because like you can barely even see the pastel gradient on the camera. There's no way you're going to see that on your lips, and it wouldn't come across, like it wouldn't translate well, you know, like you're not going to get a gradient on your lip. So yeah, the gradient that you see in the bottle really is just the aesthetic purposes of the prettiness in the bottle. So if you do end up collecting this for yourself, it is really, really beautiful, but it's really like eye candy, that pastel gradient, rather than anything else functional. However, I do really enjoy it. This one is probably going to be staying in my collection because it makes me very happy to look at. Other than that, there's not a huge amount to say about a gloss, which I thought would be the case. So then for the Glasting water tints, I have been going like back and forth with these ones for a while now, because I like them and I don't like them, and I like them and I don't like them. The packaging, beautiful. The applicator, it's not my favorite thing. It's not inherently difficult to use, it's just weird. I really wish that they had the standard doe foot applicator, because I feel like it would pick up and apply the product a lot easier. I find that this applies it like almost like patchily in a way, like, and because it is a thicker sort of like watery texture, I would have preferred a little bit more like evenness in my application. The colors themselves, not my favorite again. They're very like muted, like autumnal colors. Still really pretty though. I don't really like darker colors with glosses for myself personally. I like lighter colors and glosses. So there are 2 that I quite like, and then 2 that are not my favorite. So the darker 2 colors, Vintage Ocean and Red Drop, they're nice, but they're not my favorite. And then Soft Petal, that is my favorite. And then Rose Splash is quite nice. I'm wearing Rose Splash at the moment, which is quite pretty. I probably prefer the Soft Petal though. I do find that these make my lips look shiny. So I've just applied Rose, what is it called? Rose Splash. I've literally just read that. I've just applied Rose Splash like when I started filming, so like 10 minutes ago now. And it looks really shiny and it's really pretty. They do dull down into more of a tint. However, they're not a kind of tint that would last a very long time. So if you eat or drink anything, they will just come off. So I end up with like a ring of color around the outside of my lips, which I don't particularly like. If you want them to stay glossy, you will need to reapply them. I would say every 2 to 3 hours, like any other kind of glossy tint you would need to do. So in terms of its formula, I really can't complain because it is doing what it's supposed to. It's glossy and it tints your lips. However, it's not very long lasting, and the way that it wears off is really not the most flattering. It doesn't wear off very gracefully. So that is a bit of a drawback, especially if you're going to wear these for a long period of time. However, it is a nice glossy formula because it's not sticky feeling, so I don't feel like my hair is going to get stuck in it. I don't feel like I'm going to get like, you know, the sticky like stringy parts. You can do that. No, we don't feel like that. It's really thin, it's really comfortable, lightweight. So there are a lot of positive things about them. I just wish that I liked the color range a little bit more. I just don't feel like it's like the best for me. I do like Soft Petal, so I think that potentially Soft Pool, it is called Soft Pool, but I keep thinking Soft Petal because Soft Pool is not really like a thing. But I feel like the other ones, I really wanted to love them because I love the packaging and because I wanted like a little buddy for this one, like I want them to be in like a little pair or something, but they're just not really for me. So yeah, I think it's just the color range, it's just not my cup of tea. But I'm going to go through them again and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to keep them or get rid of them. Otherwise, I would definitely recommend them if you guys are looking for a lightweight, non-sticky, glossy finish lip tint. So thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you in the next one.